Good afternoon, thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We did another video on Marvel Snap. It's a somewhat newer, I think it's been out for like a year, but somewhat newer kind of game that's similar to a lot of the other card drafting and style games. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. Right now we are still running a deck that kind of plays a lot of lower cost creatures, and then the goal is basically to buff them up. We do have some weak points with that. Because if they're running things like Enchantress, we kind of run into different problems with that as well. First to fill this, breaks out a 6-cost card. It costs 0. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and drop some stuff over there. And because so much of our stuff costs really cheap, we're really good at filling out places like this. So but the downside is we're not very good with creating, the cosmos here. Well, the next several turns are not too bad for us. I don't like that entirely. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just do that. Apocalypse. Then you discard this from your hand, put it back with +4 power. Alright, so I think that's kind of the direction we're going to go with it. So in this case, they did take an onslaught. They have a tendency of doing that quite a bit. So the downside here is I don't think we're going to quite... Now, hopefully this is not an Enchantress, because that would be a problem. Yeah, we can deal with that. So now, we have a couple different directions we could take. We could onslaught this, which would pretty much buff everything quite a bit. Or we could drop 1, 2, 3... Well, we could drop a lot of stuff on the battlefield too. And I think if we're looking just for raw power, that might be the smarter play. Because effectively our two options here is something like this, or we would drop Onslaught, which would give +1/+1 to every 1-cost thing, and +1/+1 to every thing on the board. And I think this here pretty much cements in this one for us, and cements in... Well, they could still take this one. But they'd have to drop something pretty big there. Yeah, probably should have snapped a bit earlier in that one. Girl. Duplicate your hand. Yeah, that'd be actually a pretty neat card to get. So in this case, basically I just dropped an Onslaught in the center, which we weren't really trying to take that one anyway. And then we just basically forced the 2 in the end in our favor. Watcher card. quest did we finish? Play 5 cost cards. Season pass. We get more credits. Credits are always good, because credits allow us to upgrade things. In this case, we will... I guess it doesn't matter too much what we upgrade. And basically this gives us more rewards. And let's see what new card we get on this one. Mr. Sinister. So whenever you play this, it just basically drops a clone in. It's a really good one for if you wanted to drop, because basically it's 2 for 4 power words, but it takes up 2 spots in doing so. So it kind of plays very similar to my build right now, but I can't quite use it in my build because since mine mostly boosts things that are power 1, and then I have Blue Marvel, which basically buffs up everybody. So with Blue Marvel, Sinister works, but not as much with the other one. So after you play a minion here, its power goes up to 2. So in this case, since he's already at 1, we're going to boost him on it. And he's always a really nice first play because wow. Yeah, so because if we play something else here next round, it gets plus 2 power, so it's always a good first play. Actually, we're going to do this one because that'll increase the base to 2, and then we're going to drop that one over here. It's kind of the most bang for your buck. And because he's playing, I guess, Galaxy. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy people. After turn 3, add a random card here for each player. So we have 2 different directions. We could go with the Cable and Misty Knight. Or we can go Morph, which could be absolutely anything. And I'm not sure, because they could be playing a much heavier cross build since they're not playing things very quickly. So I think that might be... yeah. We'll take our chances on it. He might have a bunch of high cost stuff right now. Mr. Yondu, what do you do? Destroy the top card of your opponent's deck. And we got a Korg. And because Korg costs 1, it's actually pretty useful for us. We got something a little bit nicer. And I guess Captain America basically buffs everyone at this location, which is actually pretty nice too. Yeah, let's go ahead and snap it. I think it's pretty promising for us. I think we want to pressure the center in this case. And it does put a little bit of extra pressure on the sides as well. We did up the ante a little bit for him, because either he has to drop or he's going to have to gamble, basically bet 2 of them instead of 1, if he decides to way past this round. So we did take out our Korg. And he really buffed this side quite a bit, which I suppose is fine. which basically means we have a few different directions we can go with it. And my gut feeling basically says what we want to do is actually buff these two as much as we can. He gives us the most there. And we'll do that one, and then we'll do this one. And because Ant-Man now has a full group over there, he'll get a buff out of it as well. And then this one gains an extra just because it changes the base to 2 power. So they buffed the center. So let's see what they brought. I don't believe they brought enough power though. So we did tie in the center, but because we have a bigger gap on this side than he has on this side, I guess I'll take it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a couple games of Marvel Snap. We'll try to post more of these videos. If you guys enjoyed it, comment, like, if you have any suggestions or ideas, definitely post in the comments. Thank you for watching. You all have a wonderful day.